Though it is far from anything Lancaster intended for me, Caspian has given me both. His generosity leaves me abashed, and his gentleness has never been necessary. And this summer, I saw him happy for the first time. It didn't last. And now, also, for the first time, I begin to question. Not to him, never to him. But my hands sometimes shake beneath my desk. Mistakes creep into my work, a double booking, a forgotten duty, not many. But I have never made mistakes before. All Caspian says is that I must be more careful next time, though I can barely bring myself to meet his eyes. The pain is too stark in him. I have no interest in power. It is a messy thing, unlike the quiet order of submission. But I don't know how to serve a man when his actions are hurtful to himself. I don't know how to obey when a mind is already in open mutiny. I don't know how to help him. Silence is a betrayal of his happiness. Action is a betrayal of his trust, and it is all a betrayal of me. Or perhaps of Lancaster. He was supposed to make me perfect. Yet here I am, in turmoil. And what disturbs me most is that I can see what Caspian cannot. Which is simply this. Arden St. Ives changed us both. Chapter 1. Stop me if you've heard this one before. Boy meets billionaire. Billionaire offers boy short-term prearranged sex contract. Boy runs away from billionaire. Billionaire comes after boy. Boy and billionaire get back together. Billionaire sends boy to America on account of boy's best friend having been in a horrendous car accident. Boy comes home again. Billionaire freaks out because of abusive history he never fucking told boy about. Boy blows it with billionaire. Boy gets on with life. And you know something? Boy's life wasn't too bad. I'd moved in with Caspian's sister Ellery into what I'd thought was going to be a converted warehouse for Sprat's patent pet foods, but turned out to be just a warehouse she'd blatantly had no intention of converting into anything. Looking back, I wasn't sure why I expected otherwise. But I had the loft, and we mostly had electricity and running water, so it was actually pretty romantic, in a writing poetry and fucking Kerouac kind of way. Well, except when I stumbled home drunk and collided with a girder, and Ellery had to take me to A&E. But that was one time. As for Ellery, she came and went at all hours, shamelessly ate my food, and sometimes crawled into my bed to sleep curled up next to me. It was basically like having a cat, if the cat also took lots of drugs and threw wild parties. Not that I think Ellery meant to throw wild parties. They just sort of happened around her, especially now that her band, Murder Ballad, was taking off, or at any rate accruing a devoted cult following. I had no idea how, because they didn't seem to advertise their gigs or hold them at, venues. The last one had been in a derelict church, but somehow the word got out. Because apparently songs about child murder, sororicide, and accidentally cheating on your husband with the devil performed in abandoned buildings was less niche-y than the elevator pitch suggested. Or maybe it was just Ellery. She was electric on stage. As far as I knew, she arranged most of the music herself, and she was in every swoop of the soprano, every cry of the violin, every beat of the drums. Savage and mournful and free. I was still at milieu, though it would have been pretty damning if I hadn't been. An ouchie in the heart region made time drag itself along like a dying cowboy in a western, but it had been a mere handful of months since Caspian had left me. The longest autumn of my life, the coldest winter. Or else that was non-metaphorical cold because the heating had gone off again. I pushed my sleep mask onto my forehead and poked my nose out from under the quilt Mum had made. Immediately regret.